This episode was produced and edited by Soulfully Written Production. At Soulfully Written Production, we amplify women's voices with podcast editing, sound design, music, and vocal production services. We provide the tools and training for women to share their stories, their way. For more information, check out soulfullywrittenproduction.com. The link can be found in the show notes. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the Beauty and Soul podcast, where we talk about the B side of life, love, and business. I'm your host, Shoni. Let's go ahead and start with our quote. Today's quote is, "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up." I don't know who wrote that quote, but I know it fits this episode. So shout out to them for being a real one. So I titled this episode, "The Soul of an Artist," because this week I saw a post on social media from one of the organizations I follow. Shout out to Amplify Her Voice. I really love their content. And if you're looking for a position in the music industry, you should definitely follow them on LinkedIn because they are always reposting positions in the music industry, FYI. So the post was talking about hustle culture in the music industry. Now, this is a topic a lot of people do not discuss. So I was happy to see this post for multiple reasons because hustle culture is toxic. You know, this just suck it up, hurry up and get it over with, overwork yourself, team no sleep mindset. It's played out. It is played out. And you know, guys, we are on our healing journey. We are taking care of our minds, our bodies, and our souls. So following that mindset in our career as artists, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy. It's whack, actually. 0 stars. I do not recommend at all because it's not sustainable. And it's about time we get over it and treat ourselves better when it comes to our careers and our wellness. Unfortunately, as artists, we are expected to sacrifice our physical health, our mental health, and our relationships because we are blessed with the opportunity to offer our talent to the world. Now, I want to sit with that for a minute. Having a talent, a creative talent, is a blessing. And we are offered the amazing opportunity to share it with the world. But that doesn't mean that we are expected to sacrifice our health and our relationships in order to share it with the world. And I think a lot of us and a lot of people in the music industry have been conditioned to feel that way. And I just want to change that way of thinking because it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. There's a reason why so many artists, their health and their relationships deteriorate as they progress up the success ladder. Now, no one ever talks about this, but it is definitely something I feel like should be discussed more often. Because having a talent, like I said, it is a blessing. And we should treat it like that. So if we feel like our talent is a blessing, then that means the vessel that is coming through to provide the blessing should also be taken care of, right? I don't know. It just makes sense to me. But you know, who am I? Who am I? But like I always say, no one ever talks about the toll of becoming an artist. And once you get to a certain level, there are things that you have to do to sustain that success. But I don't believe that we should neglect ourselves in order to achieve whatever level that we're trying to achieve. I just don't subscribe to that. That is not my way of thinking. And never has been, never will be. Now, I know fame is important to a lot of people, but we have to ask ourselves, at what cost will you give up your soul just so you can have your name in lights? You know, the limelight is bright. It really is. It shines. It attracts a whole lot of different types of people. But we need to make sure we are taking care of ourselves if we intend to continue to shine. That is a key point. We have to take care of ourselves if we intend to continue to shine. Now, how you take care of yourself depends on you. Whatever you need to do for yourself is what you need to do. Like, for instance, I am recording this podcast 2 days later than I wanted to. Now, I could have overextended myself and stayed on task and recorded it on my recording day, but I just wasn't physically able to. I wasn't at 100%. I wouldn't have been able to show up to this show and offer my thoughts and my voice honestly and at full capacity because I wasn't at full capacity. So, I took some time for myself. And I feel like there is nothing wrong with that. We need to get back to viewing ourselves as the priority, not our careers. So, last episode, I talked about self care Sundays and being intentional about resting as performers. This week, I want to talk about what happens when we are not intentional with our care as artists. Number one thing, exhaustion. That is a big, big deal. Like, I know we grew up listening to Diddy and be like, Team No Sleep. I don't need no sleep. I don't need no sleep. Yo, that was a lie. We need sleep. We need sleep. Our bodies need to go to sleep. We need to be able to rest. And as creative people who are constantly using their brain, when are you going to give your brain time to relax? How are you going to come out with your next best hit or your next best book if you haven't allowed yourself time to rest? So running on fumes is not a good thing. I remember this one incident, and I will never forget this. And this is why I always prioritize my rest now. I I did like a workout program for some ladies when I was in Atlanta. Just I like doing little events and things like that. So I did like a workout boot camp type of thing. And then the next day I had to sing at church. And I didn't think really much of it. I wasn't prioritizing my rest or my nutrition. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this boot camp and then I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow and go to church, sing, do my thing, and I'll take a nap after church. That's what I thought. Y'all, tell me why I passed out on stage at church in front of everybody. That taught me a big, big lesson. Big lesson. I am not invincible. I need to sleep. So I'm going to say the same thing to you guys. You are not invincible. You need to go to bed. Okay? Another thing. When you are not resting, you lack clarity of thought. You are not able to create as as well as you would if you were rested. I don't care what people say. People have made amazing songs. I know a few people have made amazing songs um, with lack of sleep, and that's wonderful for them. But how long are they going to be able to do that realistically? How long are you going to be able to put your brain under so much stress just for your job, especially when this is something that you need to do every day. It doesn't seem realistic to me. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna sip some coffee because I don't want it to get cold, and it's right here and it's amazing. And if you know me, I love coffee. So yeah. Ooh, it's just like a warm hug. Anywho, so another thing that a lot of us artists have to deal with when it comes to not taking care of ourselves um, is vocal fold damage. This is another thing I feel like people do not talk about. But I'm so grateful that I've had amazing, amazing teachers to teach me about vocal health because sleep is a part of sustaining vocal health. Now, I don't care if you are a singer like me, or if you're a rapper, or if you are a public speaker, or whatever your profession is. You need to rest when it comes to your voice because if you don't, your voice, your vocal folds will start to deteriorate. There'll start to be a lot of friction, you know, and if there's a lot of friction, then you can develop vocal nodes, and then those have to be removed via surgery. Now, if they're removed via surgery, there's potential that you will lose your voice. I can't think of the famous actress, but oh, what is her name? I want to say Julie Andrews, but I don't want to mess it up. But I know she's from I can't think of the movie. I just know the song. Um, dang it, what is it? Spoonful of sugar, the medicine go down, the medicine go down. Um, Whoever that lady is, she had that issue as far as developing vocal nodules on her vocal folds, and that can come from vocal strain. And you are straining because you are not taking care of your body, meaning you are not resting, meaning you are not warming up, meaning you are eating the wrong things, which include too much dairy, which means you're not drinking enough water. There are just so many different things that I feel like go untalked about when it comes to artists. And it's like if you love music or your creativity as much as I love music, then why would you do anything to cause harm to it, you know? So we have to take care of our bodies. We have to take care of our bodies. Um, so yeah, that's essentially what I want us to really, really start thinking about when it comes to creating. Are we creating because we feel like we have to? We just gotta do something. We just gotta because you gotta ask yourself, are you creating out of a lack mindset? Or are you creating because you feel like this is something I need to do right now? And if you feel like it's something that you need to do right now and it's something that you are called to do, then there is no need to rush, right? I always say when you're in alignment, people can huff and they can puff, but they can't blow your house down because it's meant for you. It's meant for you. So that's what I wanted to talk about today on this episode of the Beauty and Soul podcast. And before I get into this week's song, I just want to know, are you following me on Spotify? Because if you're not, you should be, because that is where the music is featured. Um, for copyright reasons, the music only shows up on Spotify. So I hope that you will tune in on Spotify as well so you can hear what the featured song is. But the featured song for this episode is by Tim's. I know everyone knows her, and the song is Free Mind. I hope you guys are able to free your mind and be at peace and take your time on this creative journey. It's a blessing. You are meant to share your talent, but you don't have to sacrifice yourself in order to do it. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.